Well, welcome to another Sunday sit-in. In this broadcast, we feature USA Hockey's National Team Development Program. I'm Pete Krutsky, the play-by-play voice of the NTDP, joined as always by my colleague and teammate, John Edwards, who's the Director of Communications of the NTDP, located at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth, Michigan. Our guests on this Sunday sit-in, a couple of members, brand new members of the National Team Development Program, a couple of 2004 birthdays, and they include Jimmy Snuggerud, young man out of Minnesota, and Charlie Leddy out of Fairfield, Connecticut. And John, I'm excited to be talking to these guys. I'm going to be more excited to see them on the ice in a very short period of time at USA Hockey Arena.
As we all are, as you like to say, Krupp, good things happening and still happening at the arena, and we're excited to get our guys back in there as quickly and safely as we can, and excited for some hockey in the fall for sure.
And that's a great segue because good things are happening at USA Hockey Arena. The summer drive-in is going on at USA Hockey Arena. We've had a couple of sellouts this weekend for the movies, and you can get your tickets by calling. Not by calling, but by going online to www.summerdrivein.com. And I get asked all the time, Krupp, what are the movies playing at the drive-in? Well, it's a little old school, new school scenario, and it's been really popular. On screen one, Shrek from 2001, rated PG. On screen two, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. That's a PG rated film from 1980. And on screen three, the original Ghostbusters, a PG-rated film that was produced in 1984. And the old school is working really well for us. And if you've come out to the drive-in this summer, we really do appreciate it. In addition, the restaurant at USA Hockey Arena is going on for both dine-in or carry-out, called CJ's Brewing Company. They have daily specials. You can call CJ's at 734-453-4455 to find out more. Make sure you say hello to Joe and everybody at CJ's Brewing Company. So that's the business going on right now at USA Hockey Arena in a very short period of time. 2004 NTDP group is going to be coming in full tilt, and we're pleased to be talking with James Snuggerud and Charlie Leddy. And first, let's start with Jimmy, I believe he wants to be called. How's the COVID situation going on in Minnesota? Are you locked down? Are things starting to open up? What's it like in Minnesota?
Most of Minnesota is actually locked down, but I got really lucky. My dad and one of his good friends actually own a hockey school down in the downstairs area of the Chaska rink. So he's been getting a lot of ice with the manager, and some of our buddies just been skating a lot and working out in the workout room. And yeah, besides that, just been golfing a little bit, and that's about it.
And Charlie, what about you in Connecticut?
Yeah, we're close to the New York area, so at first everything was kind of shut down. But as soon as June rolled around, everything opened up, and there hasn't been a surge around here, so everything's been opened up, getting ice and working out and stuff like that.
You know, you find out when you work or play for the NTDP, there are periods of adjustment between school and time management and everything you have to do. How have you both, and this is for both of you, how have you handled being home all the time and really being away from the ice since maybe mid-March? It's a mental game for everybody that's in the hockey business. Would you say, Charlie?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been away from the ice too much. I was skating a lot through quarantine because my friend has a rink. But yeah, and I mean, it's nice to be home because I was away at school all year. I went to boarding school, so it was nice to be home and just skating.
And Jimmy, what about you?
It was definitely different just being because we didn't have ice at all, so we were away from the rink. So me and my friends just rollerblading. We couldn't skate or do anything just until May, June came around. So it was really nice to get back on the ice.
How do you guys take some of that time, especially when we first started out in March and April and you probably weren't skating? How do you help develop the game when, you can't quite get out on the ice? Is it mental stuff? Is it going into the gym and working out and getting stronger? Charlie, how did you use that time off the ice to help you get better?
Yeah, it's kind of like a mental kind of determination. I feel like, just pushing yourself to go to the gym, doing like little off ice things that you need to do instead of skating. So yeah, I would say it's mostly just that, just going to the gym and doing like the little like stick handling, shooting, speed ladder type of things that will help you get better through this time.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I think it's all mental too. Just like have the integrity and optimism to wake up in the morning, go shoot pucks at the rink, and just do whatever you can to make yourself better.
You talk about spending a little time in the gym. Have either of you guys been in contact with Brian Gallivan or any of the guys at GVN here at USA Hockey Arena? They've, from what I've seen, put out some pretty serious workout plans.
Yeah, they have. I did a few of them at Chaska just to see what they are, and they were really tough.
Yeah, they're long and tough. At my gym now, we do like a little bit of them, but we just mostly do like regular stuff.
Well, I know one of the things that's been going on. You've done the Zoom conference calls with your coaching staff, Seth Appert and Nick Four and Brent Darnell. I know you guys met Joel Farabee, who's an NTDP alum who made his debut with the Philadelphia Flyers. And I work with Joel Farabee, and I'm telling you, he's a warrior. If you're a forward or if you're a hockey player, he's a guy you should emulate. What did you get out of those meetings with Joel Farabee? I'll ask both of you the same question.
You got it, Leddy.
Well, he kind of like emphasized on a lot on like it doesn't matter like how skilled or like big or like any of your strengths. It's just if the coach trusts you or not. And if the coach can trust you, then he'll put you out. And that's kind of like the biggest point that I took from that. It was kind of interesting because I've never heard it put in that way. It was like if you work hard or but if your coach has a lot of trust in you, then he's going to put you out.
So it seemed to strike a chord with you, even though it was something maybe you hadn't heard before?
Yeah, I like that part. It was good. He did good.
And Jimmy, what about you? You've got a long history of hockey in your family. You met Joel Farabee. How did that, what impression did he leave with you?
What came most to me important from him is he said you have to get the right amount of rest, like from working out. And he said all the guys that went here, they'd even be going to bed at 8:30 because of all the tough days we've been going here. And he just said, I don't know, do the right stuff during the day and skate as hard and work as hard as you can during the workouts and skating, and just make yourself a better hockey player in the plays you're playing against.
Now, Jimmy, I looked at some of your history. You have a bit of an advantage. You played in the 2020 Youth Olympic Games, and a lot of the guys that are going to be your teammates in the next couple of years also played for Team USA at the 2020 Olympic Games. I believe it was in Switzerland. What was that experience like?
It was super fun. I've never experienced anything like that in my life, just playing in front of all those people and meeting people from different countries. And I met like a few of the Minnesota guys who were on the team, but I never met anyone else. And we just came so close as a team. And now to have playing with these guys for the next few years, it's definitely going to be so much easier to communicate with them. And obviously super excited to meet all the new players coming on the team too. It's great.
And Charlie, I looked up some things on you. You were part of a team that won the prestigious Quebec International Pee Wee tournament a few years ago. That had to be an outstanding experience for you.
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, our mid-Fairfield team was so close throughout all those years, and those guys were just great. And then we really came together against in the Pee Wee Quebec tournament. We beat some really good teams. We beat the New Jersey team, then we beat Florida Alliance and Honey Baked and the LA Junior Kings in the finals. All really good teams, and they're all really close games. I mean, 3-2 against the Devils, and then 3-2 in a shootout, and then 2-0 against Honey Baked, which is an outstanding win, and 1-0 in the finals. I mean, it was a tournament I'll just never forget. I mean, it was something else.
And even though it's considered a Pee Wee tournament, they sell the building out most of the time.
Oh yeah, we played the Quebec Junior Ramparts in the quarterfinals, and it was sold out. It was like 18,000 people there. It was crazy.
That's
now,
awesome.
Jimmy, you played high school hockey, and your dad's been a huge member of Chaska High School for over 20 years. You had a lot of options. You could have continued playing high school hockey. Just talk a little bit about that atmosphere in Chaska. It's got to be a terrific environment to play in.
Yeah, it's one of the little like cities in the area, definitely. But when you play a home game, the whole city shows up. And when we got to sections against city Victoria Holy Family, a little private school, the game was absolutely packed, and it was like so exciting to play in front of your whole city. Just play for your town. It's super fun.
John, what do you got for these guys?
Charlie, after playing in Mid Fairfield there, you played at Avon last season, a place where we've seen quite a few NTDP guys come from, most recently Boosh there with the last group. Was there anyone that kind of gave you a little insight on what the NTDP is, looking at going out here? Is there anyone that kind of led you through that process that maybe some of the NTDP folks would be familiar with?
Yeah, the closest guy I would go, Mike Pereira. He kind of like guided me there, and kind of like we would do like, I would do morning skates with him, and kind of just, he would know some of like the drills, and we would go through them. And I mean, none of the kids were like, were focused on just like, not themselves, but just the team. So no one really worried about like, where's everyone going next year? So no one was like, and our season ended way before they picked the team. So I mean, Mike Pereira, he was just a great coach, and he was a great guy. And
I love to hear that. And then as you got the invite, a little bit different process this year where we didn't have the camp to bring all you guys out to Plymouth. What was it about the NTDP that you were like, hey, that's where I want to continue my hockey career? As Krupp says, there's options for you guys to go play in a lot of different places. But the NTDP is a good group. What made you want to come out to Michigan?
Well, I mean, it's the national team. I mean, everyone's dream is to come play for USA. And then also, like, you got a great coaching staff who's one of probably the best youth coaching staff who can get you to where you want to go, which is eventually pro. And just all the names that have come out from this program, like Patrick Kane, Austin Matthews, like, it's just a great program, I think, and it's a blast.
And Jimmy, we'll feed that one to you. I know in Switzerland there you got to have Kevin Ryder on staff. So a little bit of an introduction to the coaches and the personnel that's over here. What draws you to the NTDP from Minnesota, where, as you were mentioning, playing high school hockey in Minnesota is electric?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is who you're going against every day and who you're playing against on the ice, and how the coaching staff is unbelievable. And you go play against these players in practice every day, and they make you so much better hockey players. And you go to games and play USHL, NAHL, and it's just making you a way better hockey player from who you're playing against. It's tougher and tougher.
Well, to reset, this is a Sunday sit down. I'm Pete Krupski with John Edwards. We're part of the National Team Development Program. We are speaking today with two new members of the National Team Development Program, 2004 birthdays, James Snuggerud out of Minnesota, Charlie Leddy out of Connecticut. They are fired up to be part of the National Team Development Program. We're fired up to be talking to them now, and we're going to be even more fired up to see them when the rink opens up sooner than later, for sure. Jimmy, I had a question for you. Your whole family played the game, but your father, Dave, played the NHL for 5 years. He was the captain of the University of Minnesota. But I would argue that he has probably had a bigger influence in hockey as the longtime coach at Chaska High School. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, definitely.
Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I think that what he's given to these players, these kids, he loves to coach youth players, and he's loved it his whole life. So he just likes to make these youth players better and better to where they can be at their best ability in games. So he doesn't morally want to coach NHL. I'm sure it'd be a goal someday, or USHL, but he just loves to coach these youth players.
Charlie, did you have anyone as you were growing up as a young player that you looked up to, maybe a family member or a coach or somebody like that?
Yeah, my dad. He was a coach all throughout my youth hockey career. I'm at Fairfield, and he played D3 college, and he was pretty good there, but he's just the person who got me into the game and just like coached me from there.
Guys, we won't keep you too much longer, but one thing I'm looking forward to, or not that I'm looking forward to everything on the season, but I want to know what you're looking forward to. Unfortunately, they did cancel the U17 challenge up in Canada, which is a huge tournament for you guys, but you'll hopefully still have the opportunity to play in a few more international tournaments, go around the world a little bit, especially, with 2 seasons, hopefully a little more removed from this situation, be able to travel. But what are you looking forward to the most next season? Is it playing in new places? Is it playing with new guys and new staffs? What are you looking forward to over the 2021 season? Jimmy, we'll go with you first.
Right. Just playing with these new players and having 2 seasons with them is definitely going to be better because we're going to get to know these guys so well. And I'm just really excited to obviously playing, hopefully in international tournaments and against really good guys and who we're playing against.
Charlie, same to you.
Yeah, I just can't wait to like get out there and actually meet the guys because I don't really know a lot of them too well. So it'll be fun to get to know them and then get out there and then hopefully play against the best from the other countries.
That's an interesting dynamic you bring in there too. Is you say you guys don't know a lot of the guys. It's last year we had five guys from CompuWare, right in our home building, come from the team, and Tyler Duke will be with you guys this year from CompuWare. But it's funny to see the discrepancy between some guys, come in and they're like, I know half the team, and you guys are like, hey, I'm crazy looking forward to meeting everybody. Is it easy for you guys to form relationships and get that camaraderie as a team?
First, when we got out to Switzerland, it was kind of like split up. It was like Minnesota, Michigan, and then like a few of the other guys over here. And once we like came together, it took about 2 days to where we were all just hanging out together. It was crazy how fast we came together.
And that's in a process where you're only there, what was that, 10 days or 2 weeks or whatever it may have been. And here you'll get quite a bit of time with all the new guys.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Well, guys, my last question is this. You're coming to a national team, and this is kind of a segue to what you've already been talking about. Both of you are going to have to earn your spots. I think one of the first meetings you're going to have once you get to Plymouth, spots aren't given, they are earned. Are both of you up to that challenge, and do you look forward to it? Jimmy, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm super up to it. I love working. I love working hard, and I love making my teammates better, and I'm sure they all hope the same. And yeah, I understand it fully.
And Charlie, what about you?
Yeah, I completely agree, Jimmy. I'm up to it. I'm ready for the challenge. It's like a friendly competition out there. You're pushing to make each other better, but at the end of the day, who's ever pushing each other better gets the better spot. But it's all friendly.
Well, guys, I want to thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you at USA Hockey Arena sooner than later. We're all itching to get back into the hockey business, and so I want to thank you for your time. You guys did a great job. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our guests have been James Snuggerud and Charlie Leddy, 2 new members of the National Team Development Program. They will be hitting the ice real soon at USA Hockey Arena. We look forward to working with them over the next 2 seasons. John, any final thoughts?
Yeah, we're gonna leave you on this one.
Okay.
Not a lot of new movies coming out, guys. So we're throwing some old school, some throwbacks at the movie theater. Any suggestions for us? Krupp mentioned we ran Shrek, some Star Wars, Ghostbusters. Give me one title before we get out of here that we could throw it back to.
You got it first, Jimmy.
Throwback? Sandlot. I don't know.
Love it. Great pick, Charlie.
I might play. Yeah, I might play.
I don't know. Like, I didn't watch too many movies growing up. I like Sandlot. Yeah, like 2 votes for Sandlot.
Team effort. Mike Henry, put Sandlot on.
There you go. So you've been watching the Sunday Sit-In. Again, our guests have been James Snuggerud and Charlie Leddy, brand new members of the National Team Development Program. We thank them for their time And most of all, we thank all of you out there for tuning in. We'll be back hopefully next week with another Sunday sit-in along with John Edwards. I'm Pete Krepsky. Have a great Sunday, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.